Does it look worse in here, or is it just your imagination? That is what I want to do at all. That wasn't it at all. You're here at Survival Road Rules. My name is Jill, and today we're going to be talking about insulation, a different kind. As it gets colder outside, there's some changes that happen, at least to me, every year. I'm guessing I'm not the only one. They're not exactly something I'm excited about, but I wanted to share it. I don't have all the answers. Toss it back to you. See what you can do in your life, because it kind of affects everybody, but it really affects those of us who live in small spaces. So before we do that, we're going to take a deep breath. In for 4, hold for 4, exhale, and see you on the other side. Awesome. It's one of the things that happens every freaking year. Even though I know it's coming, it still happens. The colder outside it gets, the harder it is to stay warm inside. So that part's not rocket science. But what I have discovered over the years is that if you boil things on the stove or you bake them in the oven, it keeps the trailer warmer. Also, I tend to notice that my appetite increases dramatically in the wintertime. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about the kind of insulation that most of us don't want, winter weight insulation in all the wrong places. And this is something I've noticed that's happened every single year since I've been out and about in this fabulous place, living lifestyle, is that, you know, in summer I tend to lose weight because it's really hot and I don't want to cook, I don't want to turn on the stove, I don't want to turn on the oven. There's more fresh food available, and I'm outside a lot more. Wintertime. The good stuff, right, is everything that you bake, as you saw in the intro. And also, you're just not moving around. One of the hardest things that I have found, this is one of my biggest issues about living in the trailer in the wintertime, is because there's so much bad weather that you're confined. And it's not uncommon once or twice at least a season to get one of those really hardcore winter storms where literally you're in I'm in like the dark cave. I've got the windows blacked out because it's snowy outside and I'm trying to keep it as warm as possible, which is really boring because it's a very tiny space. The only way I can live this way is because I like to be outside and I like to be moving, and winter it's really tough. And so it's happening again. I can already tell. On a happy note, when I pulled out, it's also the time of year where we do the clothing change, right? I pull out all the warm clothes, the wool, and switch out all the nice light summer wear. Goes to the back of the closet. And I was happily surprised this year that my winter pants were quite a bit looser. The challenge then comes in springtime is, will my summer clothes be tighter or fit? They've never been looser. It's just that time of year where things are starting to shift over, and I am aware of it. And I was out, you know, this morning walking, thinking, how can I amp it up a little bit so that I get a better exercise session when it's cold? I wanted to throw that back out to you for those of you who are living this way, who are thinking about living this way, or who are home on the inside of a nice, warm, toasty house. It's also kind of an older person thing. It seems to get worse as we get older. So I'm just tossing that back at you, something to think about, to remember that as we move into the winter holiday, it's cold out, I want something hot to eat or drink season. Just to remember, bigger isn't better. More insulation is better in the trailer, not so much on us, but we all know that. It's doing it's the hard part. So this isn't like rocket science. This is just a fun little reminder that it's coming. Halloween is over. Holidays are on the way. Lots of stuff around the holidays. Lots of cold winter weather coming. Something to think about. But in the meantime, I'm still going to eat my bread. That is actually real San Francisco sourdough bread that a friend of mine got back from the actual starter in San Francisco. And this is my 3rd loaf. It actually tastes like real sourdough bread. And the truth is that it's just way cheaper. It costs me less than $1 to make that bread, and all it includes is flour, salt, and water, the starter you feed, and so you never have to use yeast or anything like that. So there are other issues like access to food, affordability, quality of food, things like that. But it is that time of year. Just wanted to toss that back at you. Something to think about as we enter the cold weather. Pay attention and try to move more. It's always good for you. And before we go, I just want to do one more thing. I know, it looks worse in here this time, doesn't it? Well, tomorrow I'm going to be doing a short update about what's going on with the trailer. Kind of an update, why it looks so bad, a few other things I want to ask your help with. But for now, I just want to say thank you for joining me here at Survival Road Rules, where I hope you will rise with the sun in your eyes, love in your heart, feet firmly on the ground as together we walk on Survival Road, one step at a time. Live free, die wild, my friends, and we'll see you next time. I hate this. Why can't I?